Hi, I'm Christine Medley. I'm the owner of Crow Design Studio, graphic design business, and owner of the workshop, and I teach graphic design as assistant professor at Marywood University. Today, Marianne and Jonathan are in printing their wedding invitations, response cards, and envelopes. They're doing it themselves. They are a crafty, artistic couple.
We actually decided to make our wedding invitations here by hand and press them for our guests to get something a little bit unique.
This is the outline type. With this process, they're designing with their hands and pieces of wood and physical things, and it's a whole different experience than the computer, and that's why they like it, because they get to touch things and it's so rewarding, and they actually take it through the whole process. They design it, they lock it up, do the production, and then they print it, and it's so rewarding peeling that piece of paper off there, you know, opposed to putting it on the computer and printing off on an inkjet. And they're using both presses. I have a proof press, which is just for short runs, and it's good for posters and anything, you know, like wood type. The wood type prints nicely on that press. And then there's the Kelsey press, which is the platen press, which is good for large amounts of printing and for detailed things. So it's really good for the invitation because they have a lot of small type, and that reproduces it very nicely. And you can print a lot more and faster on the Kelsey press than you can on the proof press. So when I run the workshops, depending on the project the person wants to do, that'll determine what press I use and then what types of ink. The water-based is really good for relief printing with the big wood type. If you're going to make posters, if you don't have a lot of fine detail, it's non-toxic, it's really easy to clean up. So I tend to use that with kids because I've had the Boys and Girls Club was in here for a 6-week program in the spring. We just used the water-based. You know, if you get it on you, it's not going to hurt you. I really prefer to work with that. But if you have very fine detailed images or, you know, small metal type, you really have to use the oil-based ink because it gives you very crisp, clean detail in the print. So it just depends on the project.
I would certainly encourage somebody interested in letterpress to come try this out. It's something totally different from an inkjet printer. The old style, the getting the hands dirty, the locking everything up, the inking. It's a fun thing to do.
Well, it's good that people are still passionate about this and keeping it alive. You know, the letterpress workshops, the community involvement, very rewarding because I get to share the history of printing to people that have, you know, only been on computers, especially my students or, you know, just recent graduates, people in the design field. That's, you know, a lot of graphic designers come in here and they get to experience this, and then to see the excitement on their face when they get it locked up and then they pull that piece of paper back, and it's funny because they actually squeal and they clap and they get so excited, and that's when you really, you know, feel like, oh, okay, I did something good. You know, people will walk by when I'm here and they'll pop their head in and they'll say, I didn't know you were here. How long have you been here? I've been here a year. Really? Oh, and they get so excited and they come in and look. But I have to say the one walk-in that was really impressive, and that's Marianne and Jonathan were here, was when the guy came in who was like 90 years old, and he used to set type when he was a young man, and he came in here and he was just reminiscing and looking at all the type. He was so excited to see that it was being used again and not, you know, in the basement or dumped in the river or thrown in the trash can or whatever. So that was really a neat thing. You can find me at the workshop, usually on the weekends and the evenings, but the best bet is to go to my website, which is crowdesigns.wordpress.com, and check the schedule, or just email me and I'll set up a time to come in. I'm very flexible, especially in the summer.
It was super easy. I just sent like one email. She responded right back. Everything was pretty much got the ball rolling. We took a workshop. We both made a couple different little pieces, and took a little while after that, a couple weeks, and then we said, you know what, we're gonna just make our invitations and reply cards and envelopes. And I mean, Chris makes it very easy and relaxed and fun. So
Oh, the most fun I had was doing something different for a Saturday. To be in here, to smell the ink, to do something that most people don't have a chance to do anymore. A good cheap date. Yeah.
rather than sitting in front of the TV, you know, you got us out into the city, walk around, have stop different places for lunch. It became a whole day thing. So